welcome to my corner. This is a corner where I look to talk about books. And today, the book that I'm going to talk about is The Indigo Spell. Can you read it? The Indigo Spell. And the people on the book, if you don't know who they are, this right here, he is Marcus. He gets a big old X on him because Marcus is a bad guy. Marcus tries to take her. Her is Sydney. So Marcus tries to take Sydney away from him. And him is Adrian. Oh, see how beautiful Adrian is? He's gorgeous, and like I could love him, and maybe I can kiss him just a little bit. No, well, it doesn't work because he's not real. He's a book character. But ladies, and maybe guys out there too who like Adrian, he is mine. So back off. But yeah, today we are going to talk about the Indigo Spell. So we have been on a spoiler-free zone for the past month. Whenever a new book in the Vampire Academy series comes out, we put a hush hush on the page, so like you don't have to worry about someone spoiling the book accidentally or something like that. But right now, the ban is lifted, so we can talk about it now. So we will obviously do like trivia and stuff like that and have discussions on it if you wish to. But we will also put spoiler like above on like the, the comments or whatever we're doing at the time. So you don't have to worry about reading it, and like if you haven't read it, which like really, the book has been out a month. I think that it's been long enough. You need to get the book and read it. If not, well, like, stop this video. Stop. Oh, wait, you weren't talking about me. I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about you. Stop watching this video. Go out that door. Go to the nearest bookstore. Buy The Indigo Spell. Or maybe you could, like, even ask, like, message the page, the Vampire Academy page, and maybe we'll be nice to you. Maybe we'll like send you give you like a PDF file of it. Message the page. Maybe we'll do that. Well, I guess I should have probably talked that over with the other administrators, so I don't know if they're on board with that or not. So go away. For all you other people who have read The Indigo Spell, yes, The Indigo Spell, what did you think of the book? Yay! We can talk about it. For me, The Indigo Spell was the best book in the entire 9 book collection, out of the 9, including the Vampire Academy series. This is my favorite. I mean, there's so much action in it. There's, all the romance in it between Adrian and Sydney. Even though, Sydney is all, I'm an alchemist, you're a vampire, I can't get together with you, Adrian, because it's wrong. But screw that, Sydney. Who cares about that? None of us do, right? So yeah, we don't have to worry about that later because we know how it ends, right? Yeah. Anyway, but for me, it's definitely the best book in the collection. It took me about a week to read it. I don't know if it took you that long, but for me, I wanted to actually read it slowly because whenever a good book comes out, like, Mortal Instruments or something like that, I tend to read it, like, really, really fast. Like, I'll read it in a day or two, but with this one, I kind of wanted to just read it slow, just let it drag out, because whenever you read it fast, like, you have to wait that much longer for the next book to come out. So yeah, that's why I read it slow. Oh, so you know, if you need another book to read after you're done reading Indigo Spell, go read the entire Mortal Instrument collection by Cassandra Clare. Also, you can read the Infernal Devices, which are part of that series. Incredible series. But aside from that, the Indigo Spell. Alright, here we go. It starts off in the book with Miss Terwilliger, whom I'm going to call Miss T, because Miss Terwilliger is too long of a name and hard of a name for me to pronounce over and over again. So I call her Miss T. Miss T starts off by asking Sydney a question. The question is, are you a virgin? Of course she's a virgin. It's Sydney we're talking about. Sydney isn't going to be one of the girls who like sleeps around with every single guy. She has a problem even going, you know, with other alchemists like Ian or someone like that. Yeah, I mean, she's not gonna have a problem. I mean, she's a virgin. Yeah, seriously. Anyway, well, Miss T gets Sydney to do this locator spell to locate her sister Veronica, because Miss T has a feeling that Veronica is back in the area and she's doing something bad. Veronica, we discover, is a witch like Miss T. She sucks the souls out of young witch girls. So Miss T gets Sydney, and then you locate her. We discover that Veronica has been staying at this bed and breakfast, some ways, you know, down the road or whatnot, and we discover, however, that the innkeeper, or the girl who is in charge of the bed and breakfast, she is in league with Veronica. So she after the first time they visit, she tells Veronica of Adrian and Sydney. So she tips Veronica off that they are there, and so they end up missing her again after the first time when they try to find her, but she's not there. So all that happens, and then throughout the books, Sydney goes and tries to tell all the other girls, the witch girls, to be careful, to tell them that they are witches and that there's this person after them trying to suck their soul. But of course, none of the girls are going to believe them, and they're all like, what? A witch? No, witches? They're not real. Are you crazy? Like, get away from here. So yeah, they have a hard time believing Sydney. We do find out that one of the girls, you know, at the sorority, while Adrian and Sydney are at the sorority party, gets killed by Veronica. Let's go back to the sorority party. Yeah, Adrian and his shirts, his eye shirts, or A shirts, or eye shirts, however you want to pronounce them, they're spelled A-Y-E, for the frat that he makes. Aren't those the best shirts ever? Like, when I found out that that he painted the tattoo that we first, you know, hear about in Bloodlines, you know, the pirate and the motorcycle and the parrot that sits on the pirate's shoulder, that is hilarious. It's awesome. Like, I totally would so get that shirt if I could. And then, of course, I also want the one where he makes for Sydney, the fiery heart. Like, really? That is the best shirt ever, and like one of the sweetest things that I think Adrian had done for Sydney. I did think that in this book, like, Adrian, the things that came out of his mouth were like, wow. Like, I melted. Like, whenever he said something, it was sweet and loving and caring, and we didn't get much of that, like, when he dated Rose in, like, the Vampire Academy collection. Like, he didn't get all, like, lovey-dovey like that to Rose. It was so awesome, like, hearing that from, you know, with Sydney. But, of course, Sydney had to be her little alchemist self and, like, try to, like, dismiss Adrian and be all like, oh, stop putting these moves on me when I told you we can't do this, and when she in fact was the one who is putting the moves on him herself, and she denied that, and that got all out of hand. And then we meet Marcus. Marcus is, you know, he's an ex-alchemist. He has broken his tattoo. He has broken his tattoo, and we he has broken his tattoo, and like we know that he wants to get Cindy involved with him and this other girl. So in order, well, I guess Cindy really wants to do that on her own, but in order for her to be in league with him, Marcus has her do this little task, which is to break into the Alchemist headquarters and steal some data information from their main computer servers, which Cindy does, and she manages to get everything by like creating one of the spells that Miss T teaches her. It's like an invisibility spell, although she's not really invisible. She does that. She gets this information she needs. She goes back to Marcus. Marcus is really happy with her, so he breaks Cindy's tattoo. He injects her with something and breaks it, and that's that. But he does try to get Cindy to go with him to Mexico to finish the process, which is having to like paint over it, you know, with another tattoo. Thankfully, however, Cindy decides to stay. Although, you know, if she had decided to go, I was gonna take this book and like I was gonna like punch Cindy with it like so hard, and I almost didn't finish reading the book. But like we found out that she didn't actually do that, which thank the Lord didn't happen. And then we also had the part where we're at Miss T's house with Alicia, and they have this huge fight with spells and whatnot. We don't really know if Alicia is dead. Did she escape? Whatever. I think she's gonna show up in the Fiery Heart, and there's just gonna be another show off between her and Sydney, or her and someone else. But I think we're gonna see Alicia again. Also, Zoe. At the end of the book, we find out that, you know, they let somebody in Sydney's room. Like, this somebody could have been, like, you know, some big terrorist, and they could have tried to kill Sydney as soon as she walked in the door. But we find out that it is Zoe's sister, or Sydney's sister, Zoe. We all know that Zoe wanted this job from the get-go, but Sydney took it from her. She didn't really take it from her, but she wanted to protect Zoe from the Alchemist. But Zoe comes, and I have a feeling that Zoe is, she's gonna be like this big tattletale. Like, as soon as she finds out that Sydney has broken her Alchemist tattoo, and she's dating a vampire, Adrian, I think, like, she's gonna go run off to tell Stanton, or she's gonna go run off to tell her dad, because dating a vampire in the Alchemist world is a big no-no. You don't do that. Vampires, according to alchemists, I don't know if you've read the first books, but you probably have since you're on to the Indigo spell. Vampires are considered evil creatures of the night to them. They're evil. They're horrible. You don't get together with them. But so when Zoe does find out about it, it's gonna be a challenge keeping her from telling. But I do think that Sydney is going to try to talk Zoe out of it. She's gonna do something. So yeah, that is my take on the Indigo spell. If you have any other questions, or if you're concerned about something, or if you want to talk about more, just shoot me a message or write a comment on this video when I post it on the page. And I'll try to make another video if I can, if I have time. I would love to do that for y'all, so let us know, and I can do that. Thanks for watching and listening to me. I hope y'all have a good day. This is your administrator, Little Damper, signing off.